Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. I am still riding that matte nail train, so I am back today with something a little different, and it's going to be a matte chrome mani. So we are going to make some matte chrome nails, and we're even going to do a little French tip design with it too. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. So I have actually never tried matte chrome nails, but ever since I saw my friend Josie Does Nails do a gorgeous neutral chrome mani, I decided I wanted to try it. So I have here a red chrome. I figured it would be perfect for the holidays. So we're gonna go ahead and just do the matte chrome nails, and then we'll do a little French tip design. So for that, I have my eye gel beauty here. This is in Cozy Cashmere, which is just a really good neutral for my skin tone, which is ghostly pale, but that's all right. So I'm going to use that for the French tip design, and actually I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. I will go ahead and put two layers of this on all the nails, and then we'll be back to do the chrome. And the chrome will be using this C3 Sultry, which is a chrome from Vivid Glam Co. She has some amazing chromes and tons of gorgeous colors, so if you haven't checked those out yet, I definitely recommend them. So let me go get those solid nails dipped out, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we got everything dipped. We got 2 layers on each finger, and went ahead and filed and shaped, and we're ready to move on. By the way, if you missed my leopard print mani, I will have it linked for you in the cards, but it was a fun one, so make sure you check that one out. Okay, so I saved buffing to do on camera because I wanted you to specifically see this. Here's why. Chrome shows every flaw in a mani. Matte nails shows every flaw in a mani. So if you're going to do chrome matte nails, you better make sure that these nails are smooth as a baby's rear end, because if they're not, it's going to show every single flaw, like put a spotlight on it. So I'm showing you how to do that. It's not difficult. This is a very fine polar block that I got off Amazon. I'll have them linked down below, but any really fine buffing block will do just fine. Okay, so now that we got those nails really smooth, I've got my Vivid Glam Co chrome here, and this is how it comes in a packet. It's got the chrome in it with the eyeshadow applicator, which is really handy because if you have more than one chrome, you get an applicator for each one, so that kind of keeps things nice and separate, less mess, less cleaning brushes, you know, my kind of thing. So this is a more opaque mirror chrome. It does not need a particular color underneath it for it to be fully opaque. So it really wouldn't have mattered what I used. Obviously I used the nude because I was doing French tips on a few of them, but any color would have worked. And for these tips, I'm going to be using a brush, which is very ambitious for me because you know I like my nail stickers because they're very precise and very easy and quick. But for this, I'm going to actually draw on a sharper French tip with the gel. So if you have a nail sticker that'll work for you, then by all means use that. It'll be much faster and easier. But for this, I wanted a much sharper, you know, more defined French tip to go with my Almondetto nails. So I was going to have to hand paint that on. So we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of this gel base, and I'm actually going to put it on this little tray. And this is part of my Resonate Artiste set, but this is typically designed to hold bottles and dips and stuff. But it actually makes a pretty good paint palette too. So I'm just going to put it right on here, and I'm going to grab some of that with my brush, and I'm going to slowly start to paint on a defined French tip. And again, the great thing about gel is you can take as much time as you need to get this the way you like. And it is a bit challenging because it's clear, so keep repositioning your nail and looking at it from different angles so you can make sure that you see you've got it right. Okay, so the big tricks here are to make sure everything on that French tip gets covered, because whatever does not have gel base on it, the chrome will not stick to. You'll have bare spots. It's not going to be pretty. So make sure everything gets covered, take your time, and then give the gel time to self-level a little bit too, especially when you're using a little skinny brush like this. You may have some little imperfections that you need to give time to settle out before you cure it. If you're using nail stickers, you will have an easier time. You'll just paint your gel base on, use your nail sticker as the guide, and then before you cure it, go ahead and pull that nail sticker off. You want to make sure you take that off before you cure it, otherwise it'll get stuck to the nail. Once you're happy with it, go ahead and give it a full cure. We are using gel base, not a gel top, so we're not going to flash cure. You're going to go ahead and fully cure this all the way. The sticky layer is what we will use to apply the chrome. Now onto the fun part, we're going to apply our chrome. So you can just put it right on the nail, you just rub it in, keep rubbing it in until you feel like it's starting to smooth out and there's not really any chunky pieces. And you won't really have to worry too much about the rest of the nail. I mean, you can see I'm focusing on the tip here, but if a little bit goes over, you should be able to easily clean it up because there's no gel base on the rest of the dip there. So it really only should stick to the gel base, and anything that gets overlapped, you should be able to easily clean up with either just a brush or some alcohol. Isn't that such a cute look? I love how it turned out. So I'm just brushing off the excess here and moving on to the next one. So far so good. So once you've got everything covered, make sure you brush off the excess and go back and look and see if you missed any spots. It might be possible if you missed anything to go ahead and correct it before you finish it. It kind of depends on how obvious the blank spot is, but just make sure that you go ahead and get everything covered before we finish these. Now at this point you could go ahead and finish the French nails, but I'm actually going to go ahead and take care of the other nails since I'm doing full cover on all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just put down a layer of gel base fully on top of these, and I'll go ahead and chrome over top of them. I'm going to speed this up a little bit since you've already kind of seen how this works. It's not difficult, but basically take the gel base, apply it, make it nice and smooth, make sure you cover everything, cure it, and then go in with your chrome. Okay, all done. So you might have some chrome that is stuck to the full cover nails. Don't worry about that because we're going to wash our hands afterwards and all that will go away. So now here comes the tricky part. Okay, so I would highly suggest having a top coat that you use just for glitters and chromes. And here we're using a matte top coat. So yes, I do have a matte top coat just for glitters and chromes. And the reason I say that is because glitters and chromes go everywhere. And this is tricky because you have a section that is nude and you have a section that is chrome, and you don't want those two to get mismatched together. So I actually think I do a better job with this on the second nail, so I would advise doing it the opposite of the way I'm showing you on this first one. But what I would suggest doing is take your matte gel top coat, go over the nude section only, wipe off your brush just in case anything snuck on there, and then go over the chrome section. Then wipe off your brush again, get off the excess chrome, and then kind of gently meld the two together. If you do it separately that way, then there's less risk of smudging things and getting chrome on the nude section where you don't want it. So again, I think I do a better demonstration of that on the second nail, so I'm going to let you watch. make sure before you cure these that you have capped the tips, because if you do not, what will happen is over the next few days while you're wearing this and washing your hands, the chrome will start to come up in any of the places where you haven't capped the edges because it has nothing to hold it down. So yeah, I do cap the edges. You can see I kind of run my finger along the side just to get off any excess goop because I don't want it to be too much. You know, I don't want it to make the nails misshapen, but I do need to make sure to cap those edges. Kind of obsessed with them already. I'm ready to do some more matte chrome manis. Especially I like the French tips. I think it turned out really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the nails with my top coat. And, you know, I did want to point out that gel is great for being able to redo things, but not this time, folks. You're kind of committed. And the reason I say that is because if you don't like what it's looking like and you wipe it off with alcohol, guess what? The chrome is coming off with it. So unless you really want to redo that, I would suggest not wiping off with alcohol and starting again. It's going to take off everything. So like I said, you're kind of committed this time. So make sure that you're really happy with it before you go in with your top coat. Give the top coat a little bit of time to level out, especially because it's matte and you know it will highlight those imperfections. You know, make sure that you cap the tips, do all the right things, because you're not going to be able to redo this unless you want to redo the entire chrome layer. Okay, and after everything's cured, here's what they're looking like. So pretty cute, huh? So we are ready to finish these up with some cuticle oil. So I'm still testing out Scales of a Mermaid here. So I've got the roller ball here and pumpkin spice it up. So I'm just going to rehydrate this cuticles real quick. Okay, so here's the finished look. So what do you guys think? I can't tell you how much I love how these turned out. I think this is such a unique look. And honestly, if I hadn't seen Josie's neutral set, I don't know that I would have done these because I just don't think matte nails when I think of chrome. But it makes such a cool effect, and I would definitely do this again. And I really can't recommend those Vivid Glam Coat Chromes enough. I've used some of the other ones before. You've probably seen them on my Instagram feed if you follow me there. But I just think they're very good quality. They're very easy to use. And I love the way they come packaged with their own little brush. It's just very easy to use. So let me know what you guys think about these nails in the comments down below, and if you've tried anything like this or if you would. You know, honestly, I pondered adding some little details with the French tip, but my husband was like, please don't. He really loved these. He liked them just the way they were. So I decided to keep it simple this time. And I'm really glad I did because I just think it turned out to be so classy. And this would make such a great understated holiday look. So that's going to complete this video, guys. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this video. And if you liked it or found it helpful, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And if you are not subscribed already, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. What's Chloe got in there? What's Sissy got? What's Sissy got? I like how at least he's being gentle. He's not trying to bite you.